What are Django static files? Django static files are images, JavaScript, CSS, and even fonts. So these are files that are called static. They're called static because they don't really change. So let's read the documentation. Websites generally need to serve additional files such as images, JavaScript, or CSS. In Django, we refer to these files as static files. Django provides django.contrib.static files to help you manage them. If you open up your project, you look in installed apps under settings.py, you probably will see django.contrib.static files. It's there by default. You also might see static URL and static files dirs you can add later and static root. So what are these things? Where do they come from? They come from static files app. Static files app has settings like static root, static URL, static files dirs, and a few others. So you might be wondering, why do we need static files anyways? And another thing is, why do we need to keep them separate? So here's the idea. We have our Django project, and then we have these static files. So what does this app do exactly? It collects static files from each of your applications in your project and puts them into a single location that can be easily served in production. So why would we want to do that? Let's take a look at this Stack Overflow post. Why do the Django docs suggest a separate server for static files? And I'll just recap this for you. The first is efficiency. There's some unnecessary overhead when loading static files if you put them all on one server. The second is you're going to get a speed boost, so it'll be a lot more faster. The third is you want to let your Django project do all the processing and then let something else that's optimized to serve static files perform that task. And then down the line, you might see a reason to change the way you're handling static files. So this allows flexibility. Another reason is security. So those are the main highlights for why you would want to separate your static files from your Django project itself. And hopefully this gives you a better idea of what static files are. If this helped you, give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.